Hello, everybody, and today I'm here to talk about a Christmas movie. We finished the Sonic reviews. Now we're just going to do some Christmas movies. So we're going to do The Polar Express. So I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie. This movie came out probably a month before I was even born. And this movie is facing its 20th anniversary, honestly. So happy 20 years to The Polar Express. So, yeah, this movie, it's a lot of nostalgia because there's a lot of fun things in this movie. It's basically about a little boy on Christmas Eve is recruited to go to the North Pole on a train called the Polar Express, which is said to be a magic train. So it also stars Tom Hanks. So Tom Hanks is really good in this movie. He plays a lot of characters in this movie. He plays the conductor. He plays a homeless man who hangs out on the Polar Express. He's also magical. And he also plays the legendary Santa Claus himself. So, yeah. But the story is mainly about this boy. He doesn't believe in Santa Claus, but once he sees the Polar Express, he decides to tag along on his journey to the North Pole. And we get a bunch of cool, wackier characters. We get this one boy named Know-It-All. He's the kid who talks very fast and gibberish. I don't know, he has I think you know what I'm talking about. He's the kid with the glasses. We also get this one girl. We actually don't know these characters' names. They're kind of, in the IMDb, they're just called Hero Boy, Hero Girl. But basically, they also have these tickets, these golden tickets they give to the conductor, and he basically uses a hole puncher for it. But the one girl loses her ticket, and we get this very cool scene where the ticket gets lost in an air vent, and then the boy tries to grab it, but he ends up flying out of the train, and it falls off the Polar Express, and then eventually it gets covered in snow, and a group of animals grab it, but then eventually a bird catches it, but then the thing flies away, and then eventually it goes back onto the train by coincidence. So yeah, that was probably the best scene in this movie. And this animation style, they don't make movies like this anymore with this animation style. It was similar because last year I reviewed Christmas Carol, and that was in the same studio that made the Polar Express. So yeah, it's quite interesting what they tried to do with this whole Christmas theme with animation. But yeah, I think their last movie was Mars Needs Moms. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen this kind of animation. But sometimes it doesn't really look that good. I think they were trying to make it look like real people. But basically, in the movie, sometimes the kids' expressions, they look kind of weird. I don't know. But there are some scenes that look super cool. I like the scene where the boy he goes on top of the train after the girl is sent to go by herself with the conductor, and they also go with the boy, this other little boy who was trying to get on board of the train, but Hero Boy ends up helping him get on board. But the boy ends up going on top of the train, and he meets the homeless man, and he somehow is able to survive on this train. And like I said earlier, he was a magical being. He actually ends up getting hit when the train goes into a tunnel, and he just vanishes like dust. And the boy ends up eventually finding the girl. And we get some Christmas singing in this movie. But once they get to the North Pole, and before that, they actually had to go. There's this really intense scene where they go onto the the train goes onto ice, and then it spins around. It makes me wonder, how is this train able to do that? Because it's a magical train. But eventually it does go on the track before it falls into the vats of ice. But once they get to the North Pole, the kids actually end up getting separated from the group, and they end up going into a tunnel where they have to go find Santa. And they actually have to tightrope walk on the train tracks, and then eventually go down to the slide. When I saw this as a kid, I was like thinking, oh my goodness, how are they going to get through this? This is like a cool adventure these group of kids are trying to go on. They go meet Santa. But eventually they actually find the group of presents. And we even see like a list of kids' names who are on the good list and the naughty list. And we even see the elves talk about it. But they do end up in a pile of presents. And eventually the know-it-all kid, he actually tagged along. But before that, they end up actually landing on the Christmas tree, and the star eventually falls, but he is saved at the last second by the elves. And the elves help the kids come down. And there's this one elf that gives the boy who was trying to get on the train, he gives him because he was actually trying to find his Christmas present. He ends up finding it. And the boy's like, hey, boy, you can give it to me. Like, that elf was super creepy, but maybe he was a nice elf. I don't know. But eventually, when Santa does come, one of his reindeer, his bell falls off, and then the hero boy ends up grabbing it, and he actually is confronted by Santa. This is a pretty interesting Santa, honestly, even though he's not in many scenes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I forgot to mention the infamous Hot Chocolate song. This is easily the most iconic scene in this whole movie. It's what leads to the whole fiasco with the boy trying to catch up with the girl. The Hot Chocolate scene, I'm jumping a bit, but yeah, the Hot Chocolate scene was easily the most catchiest song. That song is just stuck in your head as a kid. It's like super catchy, and yeah, the hot chocolate actually looks really good. But the kids eventually do go home and say their goodbyes, and the boy says goodbye to the conductor. And then the movie kind of leads up to interpretation if it's all a dream. But the boy wakes up. He has his Christmas morning with his sister, his younger sister, and what he gets for Christmas is the bell. The reindeer dropped. But it actually worked. I like this twist of the movie, where if you shake the bell, you actually believe in Santa. But if it doesn't work, then that means you don't believe. So, yeah, that's The Polar Express. So it's a really good movie. It's like a Christmas movie you can watch every year. I'd probably give it probably a 9 out of 10 or 8. I think that's pretty fair. But, yeah. So Tom Hanks is pretty good. He's a pretty good voice actor, besides playing Sheriff Woody. But, yeah, what do you think of The Polar Express? I don't know what I'll review next. Maybe we'll do the Star Wars Holiday Special or Jingle All the Way, or we'll do all of it. We'll just have to wait and see. So, that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.